Welcome back to CIA Declassified. We've seen the agency sow the seeds of rebellion in the Ukraine during Operation Aerodynamic, but before the Cold War could truly begin, there was a desperate scramble in the smoldering remains of the Third Reich. As the Allied armies closed in, the prize wasn't just territory, it was the mind of the enemy. The U.S. Air Force and the early intelligence community knew that the Nazis had reached the threshold of tomorrow's technology. It was a race against the Soviet Union to see who would inherit the sky. This was Operation LUSTY, which stood for Luftwaffe, Secret Technology, LUFTWAFFE. To win the next war, the agency had to steal the last one. Operation LUSTY was commanded by Colonel Harold Watson, leading a team known as Watson's Wizards, who scoured Germany for advanced aircraft and technical data. A quote from Colonel Harold Watson: "We are looking for anything that flies, anything that was intended to fly, and every scrap of paper that explains how it stayed in the air." End quote. The team successfully captured 9 Messerschmitt Me jet fighters, Messerschmitt Me 262 jet fighters. I know I'm butchering that. My apologies because I love planes. Messerschmitt, then the word Me 262 jet fighters. I have no idea what that plane looks like. The world's first operational jet-powered fighter aircraft from an underground factory near Frankfurt. The declassified archives reveal that the agency utilized the Langley cataloging system to process over 1,500 tons of German technical documents discovered in a salt mine near Merkers. A quote from a 1946 report by the Air Technical Service Command: "The German development in the field of jet propulsion and swept wing aerodynamics is at least 5 to 10 years ahead of our own." End quote. Technological breakthroughs included the capture of the Arado AR-234, the world's first jet bomber, which utilized a unique tricycle landing gear system that would become a standard in Western aviation. The declassified release confirms the agency used Langley extraction teams to smuggle German radio frequency engineers out of the Soviet zone in the middle of the night, hidden in empty fuel tankers. Operational breakthroughs included the crate and ship method, where massive aircraft were dismantled in the field, packed into oversized containers, and flown directly to Wright Field in Ohio for reverse engineering. A quote from General Hap Arnold: "The war was won by the side that moved the fastest. The peace will be kept by the side that thinks the fastest." End quote. The declassified archives show that the CIA developed Project Paperclip as a direct continuation of LUSTY, bringing over 1,600 German scientists, Nazis, to the U.S. The agency captured the Horton Ho 229, a prototype flying wing that posed early stealth characteristics due to its unique shape and charcoal-infused glue. The declassified records confirm that Operation LUSTY was the primary source for the U.S. development of the X-plane program, which would later break the sound barrier. Agency technicians in Langley developed document preservation fluid to stabilize charred Nazi blueprints found in half-destroyed incinerators. A quote from a declassified 1947 CIA intelligence summary: "The acquisition of Nazi electronic research has allowed us to bypass years of trial and error in our own radar development." End quote. The declassified release highlights the Langley microfilm project, where thousands of captured Nazi radio intercept logs were preserved to study Soviet communication patterns. Operation LUSTY teams discovered Project V3, a multi-chamber supergun capable of firing shells at London from the French coast. The declassified archives reveal that the agency secretly traded captured German medical data for the cooperation of high-ranking Luftwaffe, it's that same word again, it's obviously a city, LUFTWAFFE officers. The agency utilized Langley Front salvage companies to buy up scrap metal in Berlin that secretly contained specialized alloys used in jet turbine blades. The declassified logs show that the U.S. Navy participated in LUSTY to capture acoustic torpedo technology that could homing in on the sound of a ship's propellers. The operation successfully recovered the Lippisch P-13A, a coal-powered interceptor prototype that featured the first functional delta wing design. The declassified release documents Operation Boxcar, where whole trainloads of Nazi radio equipment were redirected from the Soviet zone to the U.S. zone by Langley-trained switch operators. The LUSTY teams discovered the Fock Achilles FA-223 Drake, a dual-rotor transport helicopter that would directly influence the design of the heavy-lift helicopters used in the Vietnam War. That one was spelled FOCKE-ACHGELIS space FA space 223 space DRACHE. The declassified logs reveal that the agency recovered several Enigma variant machines and over 100 code books from a sunken U-boat in the Baltic Sea, which were used to decipher old Soviet cables that had utilized the same logic. A quote from a 1944 letter by Dr. Theodor von Karman to the Air Force. The aerodynamic research found at Braunschweig is so advanced that it will take our brightest minds a decade to even duplicate the testing environment, let alone the results. End quote. Under Operation LUSTY, the U.S. captured the DFS-346, a rocket-powered research aircraft designed to fly at supersonic speeds. This specific airframe was the direct ancestor of the Bell X-1. The declassified archives confirm the existence of the Langley Vault, a climate-controlled bunker in Washington where the original hand-drawn blueprints for the V-2 guidance systems are still kept under armed guard. While the jet engines are in museums, the declassified files on Project Kronos and Project LUSTY are a wall of black ink. What was the agency hiding in the hangars? Get ready for the theory of the Bell Project. Speculation suggests the agency didn't just capture jets. They captured a working anti-gravity craft known as Diglocka. The rumor is that this bell-shaped device could warp space-time and was found in an abandoned mine in Poland. The redactions hide the levitation logbooks and the accounts of time dilation experienced by the LUSTY recovery teams. What if the Nazi scientists were actually extraterrestrials? A dark rumor suggests Operation LUSTY wasn't about human tech, but about starship recovery from a crash site in the Black Forest. According to this theory, the redactions hide the non-human autopsy reports, evidence that the wizards brought back to Wright Field weren't German, but something from another world. Did the agency capture a death ray? Gossip suggests the redactions hide Project Sony, an orbital mirror weapon designed to burn cities from space, with the black ink masking the reflective targeting coordinates. The underground archive theory posits that the redactions hide a map to a hidden city in Antarctica where the final battalion of Nazis fled, with the black bars masking the subglacial navigation charts. Was Nazi radio used for hypnosis? Whispers from the declassified files claim the redactions hide Project Frequency, where the agency tested captured Nazi transmitters that could broadcast mood-altering waves, and the black ink hides the behavioral modification logs. The synthetic soldier rumor suggests the agency captured cloning vats from a secret lab in the Harz Mountains, with the black bars masking the genetic blueprint for a post-human army. Did they find zero-point energy? Some believe the redactions describe Operation Eternity, where the agency recovered a power source that never runs out, and the black ink covers the infinite capacity blueprints. The occult antenna theory claims the redactions prove the agency used Nazi research into Anerba to communicate with ancient gods through specialized radio arrays, and the black bars hide the extra-dimensional transcripts. Is the bell still ringing? Gossip suggests the redactions hide the location of a secret vault in Langley where they captured Nazi tech is still being tested, and the black ink mask the residual radiation readings. Some whisper that the redactions hide the fact that LUSTY teams found a looking glass, a device that could see into the future, and the black ink covers the post-2026 predictions. Whispers in the dark web suggest that the Wizards actually found a living member of the Vril Society who was hundreds of years old, and the redacted biological transport logs refer to moving her to a secure facility in Langley. Is there a Nazi radio still broadcasting? Some theorists believe the LUSTY team captured a transmitter that uses torsion waves to send messages that only certain people can hear in their dreams, and the black ink hides the mental intercept transcripts. The gold ghost theory claims the Nazi gold was never found because it was turned into a liquid high-density fuel for a secret agency fleet, and the redactions hide the transmutation chemical formulas. Legend has it that the LUSTY teams recovered a Black Sun artifact from the Wewelsburg Castle, Wewelsburg, that could manipulate the gravitational field of an entire room, and the black bars hide the weighted field experiment results. Lastly, the Iron Brain rumors suggest the agency found a rudimentary mechanical computer in a Nazi bunker that was powered by human brain tissue, and the redactions hide the biocomputing ethics violations and Langley-based testing results. Was Operation LUSTY a success? Tactically, it was an absolute triumph. The recovery of the Me-262 and the V-2 rocket data saved the U.S. billions of dollars and a decade of research time. Strategically, it was a moral quagmire. While the technology was vital for the Cold War, the decision to overlook the war crimes of the scientist who built it remains one of the agency's most controversial legacies. The agency traded justice for the jet age. As far as technological and operational breakthroughs are concerned, the technical trophies built the modern world. Scientific intelligence, creating the blueprint for technical intelligence teams that would later monitor Soviet nuclear tests. Rapid field deconstruction, perfecting the art of dismantling and extracting massive enemy assets from active war zones. Swept wing aerodynamics, integrating Nazi research directly into the design of the B-47 and the F-86. Radio navigation, utilizing captured German Knickbein data to improve long-range all-weather bombing. That word is Knickbein. Operation LUSTY shows us that the tools of the tyrant can become the wings of the free. As the declassified files reveal, the technology we captured in 1945 is still defining the limits of what is possible. Thank you for listening. Join us next time as we examine Project Climax. The agency took mind control to the streets. We'll uncover the LSD aerosol testing. We'll look at the safe houses, the subliminal sprayers, and the moment the agency realized that they could dose an entire city without anyone noticing. Join us next time for the final mist. In the meantime, I'll see you in the archives.